Hello, welcome to our project Dialects, where we talk about inspiring projects in Latvia and beyond. My name is Bolgare and I'm a teacher of English and drama, and today I'm talking to Ilaya. Ilaya, please tell about yourself.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm Ilaya Faiq. I'm a drama teacher and theater director. I would say in general, it's artistic director of the Youth Inclusive Theater. And I would say that the most fun fact about the theater that it's located in 4 different places in 4 different countries I'm connected to, either with because of my childhood or because of my family members living or working there. So they're Azerbaijan, Georgia, Latvia, and Sweden. And as I told you before, the name is Youth Inclusive Theater. Inclusive because I'm working both with neurotypical as well as neurodivergent children, aged 4-16, I would say. So like previously it was like, initially it was, I would say, 4, 9, 10, then year by year it would get to 12, 13, and now I see that some of my students are like 16, 17, even 18 years old, quite few. Mm-hmm. So what is Youth Inclusive Theater? Youth Inclusive Theater, like in short, it's YIT. This is a platform, a theater with 4 directions, which are theater projects. Theater projects where I mostly work with schools, in cooperation with schools. It's 2-3 month projects where we stage some classical plays or maybe different kind of plays based on social issues like bullying, pollution. That's the main 2, I would say. And apart from working with schools, I work with my actors, the ones I can, I just make advertisement in the city I'm living for that period of time, and I just find different actors from different areas of the city who want to perform and to join, to enroll to this intensive theater project, which is 2 months, as I told you before. And by the end of the project, we perform, we stage. Most of the times, it's like a big hall with over 200 people, 200-300 people, where they can invite their parents, grandparents, neighbors, relatives, whoever, you name it. Yeah, so this is the first, it's theater intensives, that's stage productions. The second is English through Drama School. Mm-hmm. It's mostly it's mostly online school. So English through Drama Online School is the platform where I, together with my older students who have kind of graduated to theater, they're helping me to teach other students and other children English through drama. What does it mean through drama? That means through interest. We have 5 subjects, which are global citizenship children, social responsibility, drama, cooking, and the 5th one was science. Mm-hmm. And depending on the child's preferences and interest, I teach English, but through interest. You know, yourself, this is the same what you basically do. So yeah, we kind of work on English twice a week. And by the end of each block, because each block consists of 10 classes, I invite some other online students, and my like kind of main student has a defense day where he singles out a topic that he liked the most and he teaches other children. I like that a lot, you know, children to children, where children are teaching other children. This is like amazing because the approach is so understandable for them. Like we are twice older than them, we can't feel them the way their peers can do. So this is the second English through Drama. The next platform is GCC, which stands for Global Citizenship Children. It's an online and offline platform if some schools want to have it offline, but usually it's online throughout the year, September through June, on Thursdays, where we virtually explore countries. I love travel a lot. I am obsessed with traveling, and that's what I do whenever I'm kind of available physically to travel. And since I've been living in different countries, I grew up in Latvia, then I moved to Azerbaijan, then to Georgia, and then Sweden, so I kind of here and there. Yeah, so I like to learn about other countries' cultures, traditions, cooking. You know, I'm not that good at cooking, but when it comes to traditional cooking, to like kind of this specific country's cooking, I love it and I learn it, and then I teach some like our other kids as well. So it's an GCC, it's an online platform where kids join, we explore different countries, and people who live in the countries we explore join us, our webinars, and we have kind of question and answer talk where within like 5-10 minutes they talk about their life in the country, traditions. We talk about the most important things are cultural heritage sites in the country we explore, then educational process and educational level, and ecological issues. Because, you know, for example, recycling, all this stuff, this is so fortunately super on a very, very high level in some countries, but unfortunately not that developed level in some other countries. And I want to spread the awareness among my children so they can understand, like, okay, you have plastic, you have to use it. You have to use a proper trash bin for plastic, for paper, for compost, for whatever. So that's GCC. And the last is Be Creative. It's mostly within the summer months. That's what I do right now currently, June to August. It's tours between different cities or just in the city, but it's not the one-side tour where a guide is non-stop talking for like a couple of hours. It's exploration, a mutual exploration of cultural heritage site, or we go to the theater and we like explore the backstage. We go to the museum, we look at the pictures, and then we have a kind of assessment. Okay, single out the picture that you like the most and write a fairy tale looking at the picture, or write a short play and then imagine that you are a theater director and you stage it. How do you see the setting, the music, and etc. And yeah, it's mostly in Stockholm, in Riga, in Baku, and Tbilisi, because these are the cities I love, I like, and where I have my students, and yeah. That's pretty much it, I would say.
Thank you very much, Ilaya. I really were into your projects. I were there with your kids, with your ideas. Can you please tell me, you mentioned these bullying and pollution, and that you perform on and explore these topics. What is the impact of your performances?
I would say huge from my perspective. So how do we work? If we have a pollution play, so we work on it within these 2 months, where actors come, they rehearse, they learn the lines, then we have the general rehearsal, we perform first in front of parents and relatives and everyone, and then we have school tours where we spread the awareness of this pollution topic to other schools students. So I would say that, you know, this is kind of unconscious approach, because from one side they are not taught at the lesson, you know, pollution is that, don't do this and don't throw, you have to be very careful about all these things. But this is through the play, they can see that sea animals, for example, die because of some humans in the play used so much of plastic and threw so much of plastic bags or plastic bottles in it. So that's about pollution. When it comes to bullying, let's just simply take Matilda. Yeah, it's generally every single scene about bullying, because the play itself is about both family bullying and school bullying. Kids watch it when we travel from school to school, and when we invite the entire primary school students or the entire middle school students to come and watch the play. That's up to 500 students sometimes. So which means that they, through this play, can see that bullying is not good. And however, even if you are a bully, you still can change. It's never late. With my last performance this year, Eve and the Forgotten Toys, one of the characters was a bully couple of years ago. But then, at some point, not at some point, since all his classmates that he bullied would come and visited him when he broke his leg, he realized that that's a shame, that's a big shame. And he had a huge monologue. And then when I had this kind of feedback with my parents and some guests, they told me, like, we got the shivers when the students, when the actor was talking, that he doesn't want to be a bully anymore. Yeah. He wants to stop it, so it's never late. That's these kind of small parts from the play give a huge impact.
I totally agree with you, because when you said about these shivers and about this transformation that these children have undergone when they saw this performed on stage, and then they made this inner decision, I won't do that anymore. It's very powerful, and that's, I think, the power of play, of the power of seeing this in front of you.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate the work that you are doing. Can you please tell me more about the type of children you're working with?
Yeah. So it's neurotypical together with neurodivergent children. Neurodivergent, even last up to, 2-3 years ago, we would say children with special needs. But the thing is that I personally don't think that this is the proper word when it comes to neurodivergent. I think neurodivergent, this is the best description. I personally am neurodivergent too. And I would say today every third, maybe even every second person or child neurodivergent. But the thing is that back then, 20-30 years ago, we haven't been diagnosed with anything, with any kind of disorders. If we take ADHD disorder, it consists of 39, if I'm not mistaken, 39 or even more small, tiny kind of disorders. I might have, even if I have just 2 or 3, I still should consider myself as a neurodivergent. Some have 30 and over. Okay, they have kind of, these kind of children need a little bit different approach when it comes to education, when it comes to food, when it comes to sleep. Some have just 2, 3 or 4 up to 10, and you can easily handle it, and you will never distinguish that kind of person with a neurotypical one, for example. So it's children with ADHD, with ADD, with autistic spectrum, but I would like to mention that mild autistic spectrum, because when it's a little bit hard autistic spectrum, I don't work, because I cannot, I'm not that qualified to work with the hard autistic spectrums. But yeah, mild autistic spectrum kids, and then selective mutisms. I had a couple of students that was totally new for me, and then OCD, then some others, there is quite a big list, but mostly that's children with ADD, ADHD, and mild autistic spectrum. And I would say they're so talented on the stage. We recently had a play, and the psychologist of the school, she was really amazed how the child with autistic spectrum could be that talented, could be that amazing on the stage, because they get some bullying at school, in a class, might get, I'm not sure, somewhere else, but on the stage They understand that that's them just. This is totally different life, the stage from the auditorium, and they can feel that they can behave the way they want, the way they feel. So, yeah.
How do you encourage these type of children participate? Because you know the benefits of them being on stage, you know the benefits of people seeing them in a different way. How do you persuade parents? How do you persuade these children?
You know, when it comes to parents, they want it 100% because they want their kids to be involved in some kind of activities. These kids, they need physical movements, and theater, it's body language. We walk a lot, we have mise-en-scenes, cues, blockings, whatever. So, but when it comes to children, yeah, that might take sometimes time, because even if we start the project and in 2-3 rehearsals they might feel that they are not good enough, or that they cannot handle it, or that they are afraid of something. Yeah, but here it's super important, support time. That's what I usually consider for all of my rehearsals, to have this tete-a-tete individual support time before or after rehearsal. So when I see and I feel that, oh, this child is not that sure that he wants to be in the project, so I invite him maybe 10-15 minutes before the rehearsal starts, or ask him to stay longer, and we can talk. If he is okay with touching, I can hug him, say everything is okay, I'm here with you, I'm here to support you. You are the best, because they are. That's what I keep telling my kids. You're much more talented than any adult out there, and me, because I get and absorb so much from them. Yes, so that's more, I would say, this individual time that I really feel that they need to have.
Do you work in a team or you work individually?
That's a very good question. So I would say in a team, but the thing is, since that's projects, that I have these projects from city to city. Sometimes I have face this kind of challenges. When I come back to the city I had been working last year, and then I am kind of trying to have the same team. Of course, some of my team members, they move to another country, or they maybe change work, or change the location. But usually it's a team of theater director, of an assistant, my assistant, of a stage manager, of a choreographer, of a makeup artist, cameraman, photographer, and the sound director. So I can't even think, or how could I survive without one of them. Yeah, because that's literally a huge work and a huge impact every person can contribute and can do. Yeah, and I just wanted to mention that my assistant and the stage manager are always my former students, are always my students. And this year in Baku, 2 students have graduated, unfortunately, the theater. The girl, she came when she was 6 years old, and that this year was her last year. And she's 16 because she applied to a medical university, and she's moving. And next time when I'm in Baku, unfortunately, she will not be there. But I already have a substitution. Yeah. I have another student who will substitute her. Yeah, and you see, she applied for the medical university. This is so different from the theater. But what I keep telling my parents, it's not about becoming an actor, and it's not about becoming a theater director. It's becoming, it's just living. It's just living these 2-3 months and getting and improving, developing so many soft skills, like critical thinking, creative thinking, and responsibility, leadership, everything.
I totally agree with you here, because the parents I work with, they say that children become more confident.
Yeah.
They are not afraid of being visible. They're not afraid of speaking anymore. They become, leaders, and they take responsibility. They start conversations. They show initiative. So I see so much potential and benefit in these theater practices. Ilaya, you mentioned that you have this kind of children, and sometimes you need to do some kind of research to know how to work with this kind of children. Can you please share, how do you prepare? Where do you find materials? How do you train yourself to be ready to work with these children?
Yeah, you know, when I just started working with neurodivergent students, I didn't even know that they are neurodivergent. I just saw that they are kind of different in a behavioral like kind of pattern, but they're super talented on the stage. But then I got this intensive course in Stockholm as a drama teacher for children with special needs. And like now I can distinguish the ADHD student actor with the one with autistic one. I forgot to mention dyslexics and the ones who have dysgraphia. I can say that I'm pretty much sure I was dyslexic in my childhood because I'm like checking some of my, and dysgraphic, maybe some kind of disorder, because I'm checking some of my, you know, notebooks and papers, like when I was writing some stories of 30 years ago, when I was like 10, 15, 6, 5 years old, I see some kind of patterns that are obvious for children with dyslexic. But again, back then, we haven't been diagnosed. We didn't have special education. We didn't have set or shadow teachers at our schools. Yeah, we've been studying together, so you know it. But this is why I'm not quite sure. So I cannot say that like it's 100%. So it's first it was this intensive course that I took in Stockholm back then, 2018. And you know, one of my students was a child with selective mutism. That was quite new for me. I didn't know what's that. That's when child's muscles are getting blocked and he cannot talk. Not because he doesn't want to talk. It's just because his body, this kind of blocks and helps him to survive and protects him from the outside, from the society, because either he thinks that there is kind of uncertainty or fear somewhere outside, or just because maybe he had stress and some period of time back then in his life, and then it kind of caused this blocking of muscles. Yeah, I was reading, that was research, that's libraries, my best places where I can read. And then I was Googling and YouTube, different kind of, I found doctors that were specialized on selective mutism. And I found one amazing doctor from UK. And I've watched all of her videos, and then I ordered her book on selective mutism. And she kind of explained the approach, how to make this child talk. You know, we had the classes, the drama classes with this child at home, because the home environment is the most comfortable for that kind of children. You know, that was so, you know, sad for me, because every time I would come to their house, I would hear her talking. But once I entered the apartment, she would stop talking for the entire time I had drama class with her. And then I left the class and she kept talking again with her mom, dad. And mom, she told me about that in advance, like she's talking just to 5 people in her life. Mom, dad, brother, one of the grandmothers, I think, and a nanny. I think that was a nanny in the kindergarten. But after this research, after this approach, and I talked to some psychologists, professional psychologists who know what selective mutism is and how to deal with these kind of children. And you know, like seed by seed, corn by corn, I made this kind of puzzle, and that was, I think, class 5, when we were sitting on the floor, on the carpet, and I was reading a fairy tale, and we were just kind of reading with acting, making mimes and voices of different kind of animals, and then all of a sudden she started talking to me fluently. Okay, not fluently, she was 5, and we speak English, a native language is Swedish. And then at one moment she said, like, "You see, Ilaya, I'm talking to you." And I remember from the book, it was written like, whenever the child starts talking to you, don't pay attention, do not focus on that. Just keep going as a flow, like just keep talking as if she's been talking to you for like years. That was amazing. This day was like a boom, you know, for me.
Yeah, a day to celebrate, definitely. And this shows me the power of research, the power of dedication, the power of the teacher, because you invested your time, your energy, whatever, to know, to get to know, to learn how to work with this particular child. And I think that was your success as well.
Yeah, thank you. Hope so.
Yeah, and I have a question. I think that would be the last question. If you had a magic wand, what would you do first of all?
If I had a magic wand, yes, I think I would make all children who want drama and theater in their lives can have it. You know, no matter, regardless their logistics. This is one of the, I would say, main issues that parents deal, because they want the kids to have to be enrolled in the theater, and kids want to be as well, but because of big city, because of the place of the studio in a totally different location compared to where they live. Or maybe to financial situation, because of course we charge for projects, or however, I have a lot of projects that are totally for free, and regardless of anything, like if they want it, they can get it. I think that would, because
So let it be.
Yeah, let
it be then. So, Ilaya, all the information about your studios, about how to contact you, will be below this video. Thank you very much for this insightful conversation. I enjoyed it very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate it.